Fire restrictions start tomorrow. That means no campfires, wood or charcoal grills, or even smoking except in designated areas. Paul Nelson joins us now live after speaking with wildfire experts. And Paul, why are these restrictions going into effect now?
Well, it's all about the fire conditions, Kristen. If you look around, there's lots of cheatgrass, and check it out. This stuff is dry and ready to burn. It's also hot, and there's always the potential for wind, so these restrictions are really being put in place to keep the public and firefighters safe.
We've already had several wildland fires in our area, and we're about to head into two of the most fire-prone months of the year. That's why fire restrictions are starting on public lands in western Nevada under the jurisdiction of the Bureaus of Land Management and Indian Affairs and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service.
Primarily the counties of Mineral, Douglas, Lyon, Churchill, and the southern half of Washoe.
Cheatgrass is so dry and thick that fire can spread easily, even without the wind. That means activities that normally seem harmless, like riding or driving off-road, can pose a threat.
Driving on roads that have brush and grass in the middle of them, or parking on the side of that road that grass and brush can be underneath. Going down the highway with a low tire that's throwing sparks, or chains that's throwing sparks.
With the 4th of July coming up, campfires and charcoal grills are not allowed outside of a developed campground. And of course, fireworks are a big no-no.
Fireworks aren't going to be allowed. That's kind of an easy one. They're definitely an incendiary device that's going to have a potential for starting a fire.
Target shooting is a popular sport on public lands, but tracer rounds, steel core ammunition, and exploding targets are also prohibited.
We asked the public just to give a little bit of thought of what kind of implications it could have.
These restrictions only affect some public lands, but people are encouraged to be careful no matter where they are, because when you get down to it, it's all about public safety.
No one has control over the lightning that we get, but we do have control over the activities that we take out in our wildlands, and that's how we can help those firefighters.
Other restrictions also include welding, using acetylene torches or explosives, or even smoking outside of an enclosed vehicle. These restrictions are pretty normal for this time of the year, and officials say they're likely to last until the weather starts to cool off later this year. Covering Firewatch Live, Paul Nelson, Channel 2 News.